Hare Krishna, welcome everyone for the Sunday program. Om Ajnanathimmirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Sakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Iti Namine Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Vanja kalpatarupchecha krupa sindhupyevacha paditanam bhavanepyo vaishnavepyo namo namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Today, we are going to visit some more places in the Vraj Mandal. This place, particular place, the first one we are going to do today is Kishori Kunda. Kishori means here who? Who is that Kishori? Is Srimati Radharani. This place is very near to Yavat, where Srimati Radharani was married to Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu, who is Abhimanyu, is a shadow of Krishna only. For the sake of the Leela, Yogamaya created a shadow form of Krishna, who is Abhimanyu. Because like a shadow, which cannot really touch anything, shadow is a shadow. Okay, so that entity is very special. You cannot touch anything. So that shadow was created so that to create the Vipralamba and that Goloka Vrindavan, mood of Goloka Vrindavan. Because Goloka Vrindavan, there is no marriage there. But everybody is all lovingly related. So to enact that pastime, this was done by Yogamaya like this. So Abhimanyu is none other than Krishna, but it's shadow of Krishna. Anyway, this Kishori Kunda has so much of a history with a great Acharya called Lokanath Goswami. This Lokanath Goswami is very, very special. In fact, when Krishna Kaviraj Goswami was planning to write the Chaitanya Charitamrita, he was collecting all the information about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the life history from so many Goswamis and so many devotees, and he came to Lokanath Goswami also. But the Lokanath Goswami told something very special. But I will give so much information, but you cannot put my name anywhere because it's very different. Yes, because that is why you cannot really see his name anywhere. But he was the one who supplied to the maximum amount of content for the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this is how it is. Anyway, Sri Lokanath Goswami was wandering throughout all the 12 forests of Vrindavan in great ecstasy. In one of the forests, this is a village named Umarao. In those days, it was all only forests. Now we see only buildings and houses, so many. He stayed here for some time on the banks of this Kishori Kunda that you really see. In his mind, he had a great desire to establish and worship the deity of Krishna and render service to him in that way. Understanding Lokanath's aspiration to serve, Krishna himself appeared in front of him and he manifested a deity of himself, very small, and he gave to Lokanath Goswami. He said, "Oh Lokanath, worship this deity of mine. This deity's name is Radha Vinoda." Actually, so it was only Krishna's deity was given, not Radharani. No, it's only Krishna's given. But however, Radha Vinoda. After giving him this beautiful deity, the Lord suddenly disappeared. At this, Lokanath Goswami became stricken with anxiety. Seeing him absorbed in worry. Radha Vinoda, the deity smiled at him and said, why have you brought me here? I have come here personally just to satisfy your purpose. What do you want from me? I live in the forest here, near the village of this Umarao. By this Kishori Kunda you see before you, I make my residence here only. I live here and I am hungry. You must give me something to eat quickly. Lokanath Goswami's joy knew no bounds. He floated in the waves of prema. After this, he prepared an offering very quickly for the Lord to really have. After offering fine rice on a fresh banana leaf to the deity, he experienced great ecstasy by offering his life at the lotus feet of the Lord. He was stunned by drinking the nectarian beauty of the Lord. After this, he offered a bed of flowers and made the Lord, the deity, to rest. Sri Lokanath Goswami made this place his home. The local villagers and cowherd men, they wanted to construct a small bhajan kutir for him, but he refused to accept it. In order to protect the deity of Krishna, he prepared a cloth bag, just like a bag, like a small bag, like our chanting bag, something like that, a small bag. He made a small bag. That was a temple. Because he wanted to protect the Lord. And where the temple? Wherever he was, that was a temple. So he used to, put the the bag inside with inside a deity, and just hang it in his neck and go wherever he wants to go and wherever he wants to sit. That was how he was living. So he kept that in the round his neck at all times. He never takes them out. And Sri Radha Vinoda became like a jeweled necklace around the neck of Lokanath Goswami. So that cloth bag was his temple. This was Lokanath Goswami. The place. This place, what you are seeing here, until he disappeared from the earth. Of course, he used to be there other places, travel. But he was staying here, and until he disappeared from his earth, he was here. And look at the vairagya of Sri Lokanath Goswami. You all know how Narottam Das Thakur was kicked out by Lokanath Goswami, and even before that, he did not want to give initiation for Narottam Das Thakur because he was a princess. He did not. He refused. He said, I am not qualified to really accept any devotees. I don't have any qualification. No, I cannot give. Then finally, after the tussles and all those things and crying of Narottam Das Thakur and also trying to do seva, cleaning his place where he used to pass the stool, all those things you all know. He used to be very, very strong, vairagya. Because in life, in spiritual life, if you do not have vairagya, we cannot get Krishna. Getting Krishna Bhakti is not easy. It's not that's like just for hodgepodge. You have to really to enforce yourself in strict discipline, then only you can get. So again, let us just do a aerial view of this place, just to see how it looks like. So that is the main temple that you really see there. And also, if you really see on the side, as you see, that is the Kunda that we were talking about. Yes, so this is the Kishori Kunda. All right. So now at the bank of this Kishori Kunda, this temple is actually built in. Of course, he was staying in this area, but he did not have a temple other than just a bag for the deities. But now this temple is maintained nicely, very, very nicely now by Sri Chaitanya Mat, I think. Okay. Now, right now, there are actually there are deities there in this temple. This is Radha Krishna deities. I think they are also called probably Radha Vinoda. I'm not sure, but very beautiful, very, very beautiful. You will be so attracted to really see these deities, especially Radharani. She's so merciful, amazingly good. And this is basically, we got a darshan. In fact, when we went that time, it was closed or something, then Pujari came, something like that. I don't remember. But eventually the temple was opened and then we got a very good darshan. Very good darshan. We also sang a bhajan for glorifying Srimati Radharani. Let me just play. All right. So now you have seen. And also the deities were offered with sari for Srimati Radharani. So that was a special gift for, I think that was from Karna, my Radhika. Yeah, so it was nice. I think, okay. Yeah, very small recording too. Anyway, okay, it was good. Very nice. On that day we visited, there was also a nice devotee who was reading from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat is also another treasure. It's not so big though, and it's also another treasure. Actually, it was Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur who had very special affinity towards this scripture. Actually, there's a lot of stories behind also. And yeah, if you see that devotee is Krishna. Okay, I'll show a glimpse of. This devotee is so special, and he happened to be speaking Tamil. It's the South Indian language, of course, I am from there. And he also told many wonderful things. He said, this is the place where Vrishabhanu Maharaj, before giving Radharani to Abhimanyu, worshipped the Lord here. And he built a big palace for Radharani. Of course, the palace, I don't know what happened there. They're all, he really made a big palace here. So, in fact, the Yavat was also a place which we are going to really see that also. Yeah. Is this palace where Radharani was actually spending time with her the maid servants. So he said this is a place where Vrishabhanu Maharaj actually worshipped the Lord, and he built a big palace for Radharani, and the Manjaris used to come here to do seva for Radharani. And Radharani, bathes at this place, this Kunda. This is the Kishori Kunda. So the name is given like that, Kishori Kunda. And the Nandagaon, where Krishna was staying, is also very near, about 2-3 kilometers or something like that from there only. Then he recited something from Chaitanya Bhagavat. I'll just play a little bit only. So just
Kanyakumari. நான் முன்னாடி கன்னியாகுமரி மாவட்டத்தில் மார்த்தாண்டம் ஊரில் இருந்தேன்.
அப்படியா?
ஆமாம், பர்த் பிளேஸ் கிடையாது. ஓகே, மார்த்தாண்டமா? ஐம் குஜராத்தி. கொஞ்சம் தமிழ் பேச முயற்சி பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். ஓகே, இங்கே ராதாகி அப்பா ரிஷபானு மகாராஜ் ராதையை கல்யாணம் பண்ணி கொடுக்கும்போது இங்கே ஒரு 2 மாடி உள்ள அரண்மனை போட்டிருக்காங்க, பேலஸ். இங்கே 2nd ஃப்ளோரில் தான் தினமும் ராதை குளிப்பா. நித்தியலீலை சொல்லிகிட்ருக்கேன். நித்தியலீலாலே டெய்லி காலமே மஞ்சரிகள் ராதைக்கு இங்கே தான் குளிச்சுட்டு ராதா ஷோலஹ ஸ்ருங்கார் சொல்லுவோம், 16 வகையான அலங்காரங்கள் பண்ணின இடம் இதுதான். அதே போல் பகவான் ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ணர் காலமே நந்தகாவ் இங்கேருந்த உழு பாதையில் போனால் 2-3 கிலோமீட்டர் தான். நந்தகாவிலே தான் பகவான் வாசம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காரு.
All right, now you got an overview of this place. It's a wonderful place. If you really go there, you have to really stay there around. So, around and then live there. Because usually when we go for Parikrama, what do we do? We go around, see, get darshan, and then keep moving. That is not the way. So you have to really go there, narrow down only to few places, not all of them. It's not like, see, there are two things, jack of all and master of none. That's not good. You select some places and stay there. And in fact, actually there when I used to really have so much of affinity with this there Kadamba. So that Swamiji used to really to tell me whenever he used to tell me, why don't you really come and then we have place? Why don't you come and then stay here? In fact, I wanted to do some help also to really build something, some places they are true. But anyway, so that was long ago. But that is how you have to be. So you select some places and live there for 2 days, 3 days, like that. And then only you will really have the Braja Bhakti will come. Not like, going in one temple, seeing something, blah, blah, blah. This is not good at all. Anyway, so I told that this Kishori Kunda is so much related to Srila Lokanath Goswami. This Lokanath Goswami is also related to this temple in Vrindavan. That's what I am really going to talk briefly. Radha Gokula Nanda temple is situated between Kesi Ghat and Radha Raman temple. So this Radha Gokulananda temple was initially built by Sri Lokanath Goswami. So there he did not have temple, which I mentioned. But here eventually he built a temple. That is this temple where this deity is what you are seeing. So the current Radha Gokulananda temple was actually, it was a bhajan kutir to really start with there. It was a bhajan kutir of Lokanath Goswami. So at this place he had a bhajan kutir. Of course, all these Goswamis, they used to wander around. They will have something there in Radhakund, something in Nandagaon, something in, like near Yavat that we really saw. So like that, they used to be really having bhajan kutir in all over the places. Many, all the important places, they used to be there. Okay. So now, who is the Lokanath Goswami? This Lokanath Goswami was a great devotee and associate of, devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and associate of Sri Advaita Acharya. And he is also considered as Leela Manjari in Braja Leela. Not in Neela Manjari, this is Leela Manjari in Braja Leela. So when he was young, he went to Sri Navadvidam and he took shelter of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, go to Vrindavan and wait for me until I arrive there. But when he finally prepared himself and arrived at Vrindavan, he got the news that after 2 months of staying in Vrindavan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had already left the place and he went to Prayag. Hearing this, Lokanath Goswami fainted. Oh, he was crying. And when then he really came back from his, back to his consciousness. He decided to go to Prayag the next morning itself. But that night, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in his dream and told him, Vrindavan is the abode of all my pastimes. I want you to stay in Vrindavan and never leave the boundary of Vrindavan Dham. Vrindavan is not different from me. Very soon, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Raghunatha Das Goswami, Gopala Bhatta Goswami, Jiva Goswami, everybody will come and then join there in Vrindavan. I want you to live with them. So that means what? Lokanath Goswami was the first one who came to Vrindavan before all the other Goswamis came. So he said, in Vrindavan you will see, always feel my presence, don't worry. So in this picture that you really see, The same deity that I really just mentioned when I was talking about Kishori Kunda, I just put that picture there, you can see. Look at that. It's only Krishna deity. That's Radha Vinod that you really see there. See that? You'll see the same. Same deity of Krishna given by Krishna at Kishori Kunda. In this temple, there is the small Radha Vinoda deities of Lokanath Goswami, as I mentioned, that you really I really labeled. But there are actually two Radha and Krishna. That set of devotees, set of deities also there, as you see. The larger deities are that you really see on the right side. They are called Vijaya Govinda, Raja Vijaya Govinda. That's from Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu. Who is Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu? There is a big history about that also. This Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu was the disciple of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura. Actually, in Jaipur, these Ramanandis, Sri Parampara Ramanandis, they gave so much a problem for the king in worshipping Radha Govindaji. They said, no, Radha is not mentioned, Radharani is not mentioned in any scriptures. We don't know any scripture that she is there. She is not married to Krishna. You should not worship. So the king got worried. They were so dominant. They took away Radharani's deity, and then say, no, don't worship Radharani. Because her name is not in Srimad Bhagavatam, it's not there in Vishnu Purana, it's not there, this, everything, all kinds of things they gave. So the king was so worried. They really stopped the puja. Only Krishna was worshipped. Then eventually the news came to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura from the king, and then he sent Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu to Jaipur. And he came because Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura was he was very old that time. This happened. So this was Baladev Vidyabhushan Prabhu really came. Then he really debated with those Sri Parampara devotees, and that time, by the will of Krishna, Govinda, he wrote the complete commentary of this Brahma Sutra, and he called that as Govinda Bhashya, because it was Lord Govinda who really gave the whole commentary to be written, because they demanded, those Sri Parampara devotees, they demanded, you don't have any commentary of this Brahma Sutra. So then yours not even authorized parampara. So as a challenge, he said, yes, I will. If Lord wishes, I can produce to that. Okay, that's a big story. So that means this Govinda Bhashya is none other than the Brahma Sutra's commentary. But why Gaudiyas did not want to do the commentary for this is because Srimad Bhagavatam is a commentary of this Brahma Sutra. Remember Vedavyasa, after writing all those scriptures, he really wrote this Brahma Sutra as, also there is another name for that, as a very short form. Every Sampradaya has their own commentary. But Gaudiya said, why? Because Srimad Bhagavatam is the actual commentary, which Vedavyasa himself wrote. So what is the problem? Why do we need to write another one? So, but because of the demand, he wrote it in few days. Even Shankaracharya had to write that his commentary for so many years. So many years actually happened. So many years. And even then, I heard that he had really to tore away and then rewrite again. Something was not right. Things like that. Okay. So look at that. Anyway, so that deity is Vijay Govinda that you really see. Again, problem is coming. Hello? Yeah, please mute your microphones. Okay. All right, good. Okay, so that is the Vijay Govinda. Radha Vijay Govinda is the large deity, and then the smaller deity that you really see, smaller, in the medium size, if you see that, right? That is Radha Gokulananda, that is Radha Gokulananda of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura. Okay, got that now? And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura arranged to have this temple finally built to the real form. So before that, all the deities in this temple were worshipped alone in their own temples somewhere else, and then finally they all really came here. Okay. So originally Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura worshipped the deity of Gokulananda at Radha Kunda actually. That is another big history. He then moved to Vrindavana and stayed with Lokanath Goswami. I don't know. So many things I'm pulling in from different places. So hopefully, I think some of you at least can really correlate. Okay. So this is very important place for Lokanath Goswami. So when the original temple of Radha Vinoda actually finally, they really fell apart. That is when Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura had another temple built and called this as this temple. That's the Gokulananda temple. Anyway, so we have the temple. We have the deities from three acharyas mainly, right? And also another one worshipped here too. Anyway, so then also you see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anyway, so let us see just a little more peek into this temple. At the side of the Radha Gokulananda temple are several samadhis of acharyas. At right, what you see? A Samadhi Mandir, that you are right, you are seeing there is that Samadhi Mandir of Sri Lokanath Goswami. And also, I am going to play a small clip anyway. At our left, we will see the Pushpa Samadhi Mandir of Sri Narottam Das Thakur. And next to that is the Samadhi Mandir of Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura. And there are more actually. Okay, let me just play. That is the Samadhi Mandir of Lokanath Goswami. That is Narottam Das Thakur's Samadhi, Pushpa Samadhi.
You told that this is Narottam Das Thakur, this is Vishwanath. No, not those ones.
You were there here before.
Yeah.
What is those things I know, because we sang here.
Those are like in Bengali.
Oh, that is fine. Okay, that is your.
You saw that? So now what you are seeing right now in the somewhere visible is the Samadhi Mandir of Narottam Das Thakur. Now I have a question. You all know Narottam Das Thakur did not leave his physical body here. How did he leave this planet? When the time came, he just walked into the Ganga. And he walked into the Ganga and then he asked, oh, bhajan karo, bhajan karo, bhajan karo. He was just asking to chant the Maha Mantra, and all the disciples around, they all chanted. And then he was telling, pour me Ganga, Ganges water on me. And then he was standing and then like this, and then they were pouring water. What happened to his body? It dissolved and only milk was there. His body completely, that is why I always remember, Vaishnava's body is not a physical body. So one may see that it is physical, but actually it is divine. Okay, so they may want to leave the body here or that's up to them. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also is not having his physical body. He did not leave the physical body. How did Tota Gobinath in the Jagannath Puri? What happened? All of us, he was dancing. The time came, and then he said, now he just jumped towards that Tota Gobinath, the deity of Krishna, and it just entered into the thigh and vanished. There is no body. And there appeared a small crack. That crack is still there. You can see. That Totanath Goswami, Tota Gobinath, that deities were actually worshipped by Lord Brahma. Then it landed up in the buried into the deep into the sand of this Lord Jagannath, that ocean, near the ocean. So that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was digging all of a sudden once, and he was digging, and he just pulled out these very big deities. That is the Tota Gopinath. It was actually a standing form. But then now if you see the deities now, Tota Gopinath, it's now in a sitting position, like sitting position. That is probably only deity where you can see the Krishna deity is in the sitting position. Why? Because if you see the associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, sorry. Gadadhar. Gadadhar is none other than Radharani. Gadadhar was given the authority, the duty to really worship this Tota Gopinath. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu really gave this assignment. But then what happened after that? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also left and he was continuing his life, but he was in the mood of separation. And he was really, his body was really getting, low, so bad. And he could not even stand up to really offer the garland to the standing deity of this Tota Gopinath. So he was struggling, and by seeing the struggle, Tota Gopinath said, let me sit instead of standing so that he can reach my neck, because it's a very tall lady. So he sat down right there. Never think that the deities are made of stone or something like that. If anyone has the impression that when you are worshipping that, it's a brass or something, or it's a marble, no, you don't really, no, you are not a devotee. Because he comes Sachidananda Vigraha, he comes in the Vigraha form also. So that we have to understand. Anyway, coming back here, because he was dissolved into the milk and then he gone into the Ganges. Where is this Samadhi Mandir? This is Pushpa Samadhi Mandir of Sri Narottam Das Thakur. Actually, we sang. He's one of the famous bhajan, and also it's of course it's a main bhajan for Gokul bhajan also. In fact, it's very favorite for me too. Very favorite is Radha Krishna Prana Mora Yugala Kishora. That we sang here. I show only just a glimpse. So that was a glimpse. Little glimpse of it. What a fortunate, how fortunate we all were to really, first of all, go to the Brajadam, and how much fortunate that we were to get an opportunity to really get a darshan of all the samadhis, and what an opportunity we had to sit in front of them without any disturbance. And we all could sing to our heart and to the full, this thing, and we sang the bhajana of Sri Narottam Das Thakur, who is so special for us. Very, very special. Okay, now anyway, we started from Kishori Kunda. Now we are in the Radha Gokulananda temple. Now let us go for some more place. Why not? The very famous place of our Gurudev is Yavat. But actually, it was in a pitiable state. That is why Gurudev took over. In fact, Gurudev took over, and then he gave a lot of funding, so much of help he gave. And not only that, in that temple, we can see our Gurudev's picture. It used to be. When we went last time, things were different. It was taken control by some other group. I don't know what the group was. I didn't inquire anything, because you have to know Hindi. Otherwise, you can't do anything. So now this Yavat, there is another thing also. Not everybody will go to Yavat. That was the reason it was in the pitiable position, and Gurudev took over because Gurudev lives there. I always remember this. Gurudev lives in Yavat. He has mentioned that in many, many times. During Harikatha, and yes, he always says that I am in Yavat, I am serving Radharani here also. Eternally, and because the thing is, the spiritual dimension is something that we can't understand from the mundane view. Okay, so this is very, very favorite place for our Gurudev. Okay. And now if you see that where everybody is running for big bada temples, and they want to dance and they want to hear this and all kinds of opulent thing, those are Vaikuntha mode. We don't want Vaikuntha mode. We want this Vanachari mood. Vanachari means what? You go to forests of all the Vrindavan, forest of Vrindavan where Lord Krishna was roaming around. Yamuna Chari, Vanachari. He's not a temple Chari. Look at here, this is what it is. Remember, when Swami Haridas was living in Nidhuvan, who was none other than Lalita Devi, he was approached by Emperor Akbar that time, and he offered a very big, suggestion saying, I can really, we can build a very large temple for your deity. That was, what was the deity temple that we have? Remember in Vrindavan, Mithai wala, a lot of sweets. Banke Bihari, yes, Banke Bihari. I will make a big temple for you. Please just tell me to do it. Just command me. And what was the reply from Swami Haridas of Nidhuvan? He said, my Krishna is not a temple chari. He does not want to live in a temple. He always wants to live in two places actually. Vanachari, not only Yamuna and Vanachari, also heart. These are the places he wants to live. No, these bricks and cements and things like that, throw them out. I don't want any of those. Eventually, later somebody built this temple for the, what was the name of the deity again? Oh my God. Banke Bihari. See, remember, my memory is really bad. That means I better prepare to really leave this world very soon. Anyway, very bad. Anyway, so you have to understand that Krishna that was how you should really have attachment to worshipping Radha Krishna. But we mainly go to the temples, not to the vanas. Hardly anyone goes to Uddhavakari. There is another one that we will be talking about. Uddhavakari, there is nothing. There's a place, but where Gurudev used to weep, tears will come. That was a place where gopis were just waiting for Krishna to come for 100 years. Anyway, so as most of the people are Vaiti Bhaktas, Janatas, they are not fortunate to see the greatness of these pastime places. For Gurudev, and of course, I don't know, somehow I also fall love into these places. Yavat, Terkadamba, Uddhavakari, Radha Kunda, finished. This is what the whole core of the whole Vraj. And now, anyway, I don't know, for some reason, all those who really came for the Parikrama, none of them shared, not none of them, only very few shared the photographs or anything at all. They don't care. See, now I am playing something from a previous troop. So this is Yavat. Vat means banyan tree. There's a banyan tree. There was a banyan tree. So that means it's a village of banyan tree. Also, you can see one tree left. At the left side, there is a tree. And it is also actually a Rasika saint still living as a tree. There is a name for him also. He gave a name. I don't know. Do you remember Kishori? He gave the name. I wrote it somewhere, but I forgot. Anyway, Abhimanyu, his mother, Jatila, and his sister Kutila, they all lived here in the Yavat. You can see the picture inside the temple, which was actually one of their rooms. you should note that Radharani's picture is not there. And after marriage, Radharani moved to this place like a shadow that Abhimanyu cannot touch. He could not touch Radharani. He was always busy in selling and buying and selling cows. So arranged by Yogamaya, Jatila and Kutila would constantly block Radharani to meet Krishna. This is important. I will tell you again. In your life, if you are not getting obstacles to your devotion, it is not a good sign actually. You are taking it easily. And remember, the kind of obstacles that Radharani and of course the gopis they had was enormous. They can't go out. They literally could not do anything to meet Krishna. Same way, when our devotion is really increasing, Krishna will really put these obstacles more and more, not to test you, to make you ready for going for higher and higher and higher. So with the mercy of Gurudev, these obstacles, when you are going through these obstacles, Krishna will be listening. He will be seeing the vairagya your vairagya. And this is how we make our bhakti strong and strong and strong. In this life, there is nothing is really going to be happy. Who is happy in this world? Tell me. But always remember, yes, obstacles are important. That is when we can test ourselves where we are. How will you test the strength of an elephant? By tying the elephant to a tree and to see that elephant can really uproot that tree. Then you know, yes, elephant is strong. So always remember, yes, face the difficulties. Okay? You remember? Because of to teach this kind of lesson only, Yogamaya is also creating the same thing for not only for us, of course, not only for them, to enact the pastime the way they wanted, out of the Vipralamba. They will pass that to us also. Always remember that. Okay? So also, look at it, Jatila, Kutila and Abhimanyu, there are actually villains. But you will see in a room, there is actually, these deities are also there. There are deities for Jatila, Kutila and Abhimanyu. They are also worshipped. Why? Without the villain, there is no drama. Okay, just think about, if there is no villain in a cinema or a drama, will anyone really go to that? It will be bankrupt if they really take any cinema like that. Yes, this is how. Why, Ramayana is so touching. Why? Look at it. All the past time, and when we really hear about Lord Ram and how Sita Devi was separated, this everything. Look at it. All the things are happening. Ravana comes and gives problem. This gives problem. This and so many things that we see, we cry. This is how we develop devotion. So the same way, for Leelas, these are necessary. These are the spices. Without spices, how can we really make anything delicious? This is what the thing behind, truth behind is. So for Parakya, obstacles are the must for Parakya. Because Lord Ganesh has no job here. Because we want obstacles. In Ragatmika, he has no job here. Of course, we don't worship him. We worship what? His power, where the power is coming from, and then dust is given to him. Is Lord Narasimhadev. And even we don't want to worship Lord Narasimhadev also. Why do you want to pray for something for your sake? Let whatever that, Krishna take over. If he wants to really kill me, let him kill. That's not a problem. Asrisya, Padaradam, Lokari, Sikshtashtaka, the last one, that's what it says. Doesn't matter whatever he wants to do. But will we be able to come to that level of bhakti? That is in the hand of Gurudev. Gurudev's mercy is the only one who can actually give the strength. Otherwise, we are no Shakti. So far, sweet pastimes. Don't ask for, I want this, I want that, I have this problem, you have those problems. No. Don't even mention about it. That is pure bhakti. Unless we come to that stage, how are we going to realize our Siddha Deha? It's not possible. We have a long way to go. Is it Yavat?
It looks like cow.
Oh, cows.
It looks like cow.
Yeah.
पूरा शेड देता है गर्मी में कब जाता है कोटेगा पड़ता है
Yeah.
अगर इसके कारण से
This is like mukta.
मुक्त लता
Mukta lata.
Okay, what does it mean?
saint by name Mukt Baba, he turned into this tree to give shade to the Darshanarthis.
See, when in summer it is so hot because of this tree.
The whole place gets shade. He has tilted himself to give shade, and he is having darshan of Radha Kant.
It's beautiful. Oh, okay. That's Radhakant?
As a Radha.
Radhakant.
How
And then
old the tree? How old it is?
They say it is time of when Lord Krishna and Radha appeared.
so what is the name of the
Mukt Lata.
Muktalata. Muktalata. Beautiful.
It's taken shape of a cow.
Yeah, taken to yeah. Tree.
And he turned himself this side.
Okay. So now you know the name of the tree and also name of the Baba. It's Mukta Baba, who turned into Mukta Lata. Okay. That particular Pujari is actually from our Gurudevs, very dear. And yes, so that was the Tandi Maharaj. So actually that time, this particular one that was taken was when I was with him. We took one whole month almost, going through all the places in the whole India. We are in all the places. So that time, we all by train only. We booked, and then actually by the mercy of the Maharaj. So he used to arrange. Prasad will come. They will come delivered in the train because it's all devotees. They cook, offer prasadam. You are eating prasadam all the way every day. It was his arrangement. Amazing. In fact, that was Maharaj. Dandi Maharaj was the one through whom actually came to Gurudev. More and more we are doing together. Anyway, that's anyway fine. So our Bangalore Gokul, that's actually Gaudiya Mutt is really Maharaj is taking care of. So like in Patagiri, you have you're taking care, and Yilobu is taking care, then others also like that. Anyway, so in this little palace of Yavat, that was later built by Brishabhanu Maharaj for Radharani. If you climb upstairs, you will see a unique place where Radharani used to stand and look at the forest. Ter Kadamba, Kokilvana, and also there's a sun. This Kokilvana was a place where it has a Kunda, that's like the sun god. This is not the Surya Kunda that we talked about when some pastimes, Radharani used to go. No, this is a different one. It's a Kunda for sun god. We didn't have time to really go there. And far away, you can see Nandagaon actually. Anyway, so let me see whether we are able to have something. Here is the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, which is on the top of the house. This is Yavat, and he just.
White temple. That is a Kokila.
Yeah, far there, what you see, the white temples, they are the Gokul
Near that Sani Maharaj.
Sun god.
Saturday is God Shani.
Oh, wait. Shani god.
Hari Bol. Okay, I think now we are coming to the end of the time now. It's almost going to be one. Okay, and yeah, well, maybe a few more. I don't know whether will let me. Correct from Nandagavan if you want. Okay, there are a lot of pastimes. Lot of pastimes. Remember, as soon as some obstacle comes, the villain comes, then the Leela is really always there. See? So this is the intricate thing is, remember there are 4 things unique only to Krishna. Bhagavan Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna is Leela Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri, Venu Madhuri and Prema Madhuri. These are the 4 things that really makes big difference. These cannot be even thought about in Vaikunta. Vaikunta is just nothing there. What Leela is going on there? There's no Leela going on there. But in Goloka Vrindavan, the Leelas are going on forever and ever and ever. And even the Adishesh, with his millions of tongues, he has that many hoots. Each tongue he is using to really broadcast the pastimes of Lord Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan. And all the rishis all over the planetary systems and all the dimensions, whatever we think of, they all hear these pastimes from the mouth of this Adishesh. And Adishesh is not able to cope up with the pastimes that are going on in that dimension. So Krishna is performing so much, he couldn't catch up. Even with the millions of his tongues, he can't. And what we got was very little. Even that is not available for other sampradayas. You see, they even say, oh, no Radharani. See, look at here.
Radha Krishna Prana Mora Yugara Kishori Radha Krishna Prana Mora Yugara Kishori Shama Gauri Ange Dibo Chandane Raganda Shama Gauri Ange Dibo Chandane Raganda Chamar Dhunabo Kabe Eri Mukha Chanda Chamar Dhunabo Kabe Eri Mukha Chanda Radha Krishna Prana Mora Yugara Kishori Radha Krishna Prana Mora Yugara Kishori Katiya Madati Mada Vibodo Hagare Katiya Madati Mada Vibodo Hagare Adhare Tuliya Dibo Karpura Tambure Adhare Tuliya Dibo Karpura Tambure Radha Krishna Prana Mora Yugara Kishori Radha Krishna Prana Mora Yugara Kishori Dalita Vishakadi Jata Sakhi Brinda Dalita Vishakadi Jata Sakhi Brinda Ajnaya Koribo Seva Charanaravinda Ajnaya Koribo Seva Charanaravinda Radha Krishna Prana Mora Yugara Kishori Radha Krishna Prana Mora Yugara Kishori Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu नरोत्तमदासा सेवाभिलाषा करे नरोत्तमदासा राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोर युगल किशोर राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोर युगल किशोर जीवाने मरने गति हरो नाही मोर जीवाने मरने गति हरो नाही मोर राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोर युगल किशोर राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोर युगल किशोर राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोर युगल किशोर
कल्पतरुश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। All glories to Srila Gurudev, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Parampara. Hare Krishna.